Aerodrome, welcome back. The market is bleeding hard. People are running for the hills. Well, at least the inexperienced baby traders who don't yet understand how cycles work. But what is our beloved Aero doing at this exact moment in time? Well, as we know, Aerodrome lives on base, which is the new Coinbase Layer 2 solution that comes with all the new, shiny, unique selling points that usually come along with things like this, one being lower fees. Now, Aero is the leading decentralized exchange on Base, which is, again, backed by Coinbase. This backing, it's important to say, in and of itself, should motivate extra helpings of trust and marketing clout that usually amount to a much larger chance of it doing well. That should go without saying. For those not familiar, Aerodrome is also derivative from Velodrome, which is, of course, the leading DEX on Optimism, a layer 2 of Ethereum. But in a nutshell, Aerodrome seems to be drastically outpacing Velodrome in regard to price, which I expected, and is the reason I chose to funnel and focus my own dry powder, along with that of the private groups, link below, into Aerodrome rather than to take a position into Velodrome also. It just makes sense to me. And now we're actually starting to see just how wise that was. And to be honest with you, I think we're going to continue seeing that price pull away by Aerodrome as this cycle progresses. So right now, the total market is undoubtedly a sea of red. Everything's down 20% plus, and the market has been bleeding. We know, as veterans in the space, that this is healthy. And it's actually, to be honest with you, probably a good thing to consolidate now versus a little later on. Things were looking super bullish, almost too super bullish and premature, making a ton of people start thinking the whole dynamic of this cycle was changing dramatically. And that was simply too much for many to compute. And then they started to lose their heads, making all kinds of silly assumptions on scenarios playing out this cycle with no actual data to justify them. But in any case, this is where things have gotten interesting for us. Base currently has daily active users at around over 850,000, putting it number 6 on the daily active users list. They've over 800% increase in just the 7 days last alone. Base is growing fast. There's simply no denying it. And so, as a knock-on effect, of course, is Aerodrome, its leading decentralized exchange. It just makes sense, right? But currently, Aerodrome is at around 78 cents right now, hovering around its all-time high that we made earlier today. If it's putting up numbers like this during a retracement when the market is a sea of red, where other projects are seeing drastic price drops all over the board, then things look bullish for Aerodrome when the market actually starts seeing more green candles, right? It's holding incredibly strong right now, especially for a brand new project. Yeah, you could argue that the gravitas that comes with being backed by Coinbase is bringing a lot to that, and it definitely is. But when you see the proof in the data in front of you, it's another thing. You know my take on this new cycle being heavy with the new volumes that we are seeing from the TradFi money entering the market for the first time. Decentralized DEXs are going to be a strong narrative this cycle, stronger than the last cycle, and something many of this new volume will want to take advantage of. Where else then is a better place that shows that trust factor with those new large inflows than the main DEX on Base that is backed by the good old trusted Coinbase, right? It's just common sense to me. And as such, if you were expecting a pullback from Aerodrome to take more of a position, I'm not convinced that we're going to see it. We may, of course. You never know. Anything could happen. But right now, it seems to be swimming extremely strong at a time where we could have assumed would create a good buying opportunity for us. So I see a long runway ahead for Aerodrome, and new all-time highs will be made time and time again, of course, right? We're already at a new all-time high now. So play this as you see fit. Now, it could be a good opportunity to continue to DCA in and build your position right now, thinking that, hey, we may have hit a point where we can only really go up from here. But then again, you never know. What I will say is, though, to me at least, it makes sense looking at this, if we use some common sense, planning ahead for the end of the bull run and see where may be a good rallying point for a lot of money to park their funds in times of turmoil or in times where the market looks to be dropping a little bit. Base is looking like it's positioned itself strongly there. You can't deny that. In any case, I hope this helps. Don't forget to sub. Please feel free to join our private group and stay tuned for more. Thank you.